somehow D'Lo is still with Zegras.
So here's the thing to that end, right? I think the one thing to mention is that didn't who started on the left wing um with Zegras and Terry?
What at the
Or it was Zegras, Raquel,
Henrique? Yeah.
and Henrique. Okay, so you see that, so you throw an older guy on there, a little bit more of a do-it-all type, and whatever happens. Then you see D'Lo get put on there because he's getting run. D'Lo out there, and again, to that extent, D'Lo plays a energetic game. He plays an effort game. He's just gonna not stop moving. He's gonna be all over the place. He's gonna block shots. He's gonna make hits, like all that kind of stuff. That like, while maybe not perfectly complementary to Zegras' play style offensively, it definitely makes sense to me that I don't want Zegras getting run every night, so I'd rather put him out there. And if something goes down, then you've got him kind of there to help. But like Comtois has shown I don't know, this last week and a half, I guess, he's shown a bit more of a willingness to kind of be that more physical player after the whistle and, stuff like that. Like he's making big hits and stuff like that. So,
but they clearly put D'Lo on the line with Z to protect him.
Yeah, no, exactly.
That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, look, I will say this. It seems disingenuous to me for everybody out there to be like, I don't get why we're doing this. You know exactly why we're doing this. Zegras weighs 100 pounds soking wet in overalls. Like,
and has taken a few headshots.
In the first 15 games put him through the boards. Like, again, like, the fact that this team is this successful right now, and Zegras hasn't gone off yet, and he's playing with D'Lo, like, to me, that is very encouraging, and I'm not entirely sure that I'm in a rush to break that line up. Lines are doing well enough that I'm kind of okay with Zegras just kind of continuing to find his feet, because it's not like he's not generating chances.
No, he's just not.
See, but production. That's my problem. So I understand why they put him with Deslauriers. Don't get me wrong. I get it. It's pure protection. Right after he got run by Paquette and slew foot by Subban, I get it. Like, I understand it. But he is not generating chances with Nick Deslauriers now. Like, the numbers are clear. Like, their possession numbers are down 39.66% with Deslauriers, 52.61% without. Expected goals are down to 44% from almost 57% when Zegras is without Deslauriers. Their scoring chances are down to 34% when they play together, from 56% when he's without Deslauriers. And the high danger chances for are almost triple, or less, like 25% high danger chances for percentage with Deslauriers and 64% without. So he's clearly not getting as many chances and not generating as much offense with Nick Deslauriers, which makes sense because it's Nick Deslauriers. So are you protecting him then at the sacrifice of his offense? Yes. I don't think you should at this point. I don't get it. I think Maxime Comtois is more than capable to protect him. I just don't think he...
Even on Tuesday, when he's going to have to fight
at some
Wilson.
point, you're handling with kid gloves. I get it. He's been run a couple games. So if you want to play D'Lo with him for a couple games and send a message, fine. But it's been going on for a while now, and you're sacrificing arguably your most talented player offensively to protect him. And
you have a good point.
You gotta let him just go at some point. Like, he's a star player. He's going to get run. It happens for every team. At some point, you have to say, okay, it's gonna happen. But we can't do this at the detriment of his offensive ability, because that's going to hurt us, that's going to hurt him, it's going to hurt the team. I don't get it at this point, because every star is going to go through this. Like, Patrick Kane went through this. Smaller guys with just an immense amount of skill have gone through this, and they've had to go through it. And sure, that at times, as young players, they've been put with guys for protection, but I just don't see why it makes sense when you're sacrificing his offense. If he was still producing exactly the same and putting up the same numbers or close to it, and there's a slight drop-off, I can understand. But the drop-off in all major categories for him generating offense and putting up points for the Ducks has dropped off. You can clearly see it. It's clear as day. So at that point, you got to say, okay, now we can't do this anymore. Maybe every now and then, like if he's getting run 3 or 4 games in a row, and you want to send out a message for one game to whatever team you're facing next, and say, okay, Deslauriers is going to play with Zegras. We're going to send a message for this game. Don't touch this kid. Fine, every now and then, but you got to let him go at some point and experience it, because he's going to be dealing with this for the rest of his career. You can't play him with Nick Deslauriers or guys like Nick Deslauriers for the rest of his career. He's going to have to go through it. He's going to have to deal with it.
Watch me.
Well, then at that point, he's going to become the
Ryan
40-point player that Pat expects him to be, because he's not going to
Yeah.
be putting up points with Nick Deslauriers.
Well, he's always going to be a 40, 50-point guy. Come on. Silence
touching
equals
that one.
yes. You
I'm
guys
not
agree with
touching
me.
that one.
This is perfect. This is great.
Sorry, I'm looking at Dauber line tips right now.